Hey guys, Chad Kaplan here, Team Wise Guys, coming at you with the hot deck profile of my androids. This is slightly updated from Orlando, where I took second place at the ARG. I unfortunately can't go to Richmond this weekend, but if I did, this is what I would play. So first of all, the leader, Android 17 on the front, signed by the voice actor, if you're wondering what the marks are. So the effect is reduce the energy cost of Android 17 and Android 18 in your hand by 1. Notable that it's only in your hand. Once they're on the field, they do become their original costs. So for Kale and stuff like that, they are harder to get rid of. Another notable thing about this leader, it awakens at 6 life. So at 6 life, you're going to flip it over to the awakened side. Diabolical Duo Android 17 and 18. The same effect to reduce the cost of Android 17 and 18 by 1. If your life is at 4 or less, you also give your leader included, but all Android 17 and 18's 5,000 power. This is for both turns, not just your turn. So this becomes 15, all your small guys become 20, all your big guys become 25, and they become really tough to deal with, especially when they start attacking multiple times. And obviously at 6 life when you awaken, every swing with your leader becomes draw a card. So let's get into the cards. 4 of Trunks, Protector of Children, no explanation needed. Run your 10k boosts. We run 4 of the 3-drop cell. This card is the only part of the cell combo that's not searchable. Run 4. We run 4 of the 5-drop cell. I choose to run 4 of every single cell card just because you do not want to be in that position where you pay cost of an android and then you don't have a target to search. So how this combo works is the 3-drop, you put an Android 17 under the 3-drop, you grab the 5-drop. The 5-drop says draw a card and pop one of your opponent's cards. And it also has another absorb effect where you can put an 18 under it, and then you can either grab another 5-drop, which is a viable play, or the 7-drop, which drops them to 3 cards in hand when this card is played. So the cell combo is just good. Everyone knows about it by now. It's a little weak against Cold Bloodlust, so we'll get into that later with the side deck. So here are the targets you're running. 2 of the Promo 17, Chilling Terror Android 17. It says if your opponent tries to awaken while this card is out, they do not get to draw the 2 cards off the Awaken ability. So this card is really good against decks that want to awaken on a specific turn. You play it out. I try and go aggressive and try and make them awaken on my turn while this is still out. And they're just forced to awaken or go to like 2 life and be in a really tough spot for the rest of the game. And then they still have to deal with this before they awaken next turn. 4 of the Twin Brother Android 17. This is one of the most important cards of the deck. The auto says once per turn, which also, this happens on his first swing. There's some people don't understand that you can't attack with this, then attack with 18, then attack with this again, and do his effect again. It already fizzles on the first one. So when this card attacks, you may place 1 card from your hand in the drop zone. If you do, this card can untap a card named Android 18. We'll get into those cards later. But basically it gives you 3 attacks if both Twin Brother and Twin Sister are out on the field. We play 2 of the 5-drop Expanding Energy Android 17. This card has Double Strike, and when it attacks, you get to basically draw up until you have 4 cards. So this card actually does not need to attack the leader for this effect to go off, which is notable because Android 18 does. This card is very hardly slept on when I play against cell opponents or I play against opponents who put me to low cards. This card gives you the ability to combo your entire hand, then swing with this card, draw a new hand. And the only high-cost cards in this deck are pretty much the big cell combos. Everything else, for the most part, is a 5k combo for free. So you can usually just change out your hand at will with this card. Twin Sister, Android 18, 4 of these. It's the same effect as the Twin Brother, but it untaps an Android 17. So one of these 3 cards, I'm not going to read the effect. It's the same exact effect as 17, but untaps any Android 17s. Next card is 4 Exterminating Energy Android 18s. This card is seen as one of the more powerful cards in the deck. Basically, it has double strike, and when this card attacks a leader, they discard one card for the auto, and then they're dealing with a 20k, or if you're at 4 life or less, a 25k double strike, which can be pretty devastating, especially when you attack afterwards with a Twin Brother Android 17, and then you do it all again. It's not once per turn. So those are your targets for cell absorption. This helps you draw the combo more consistently, or you can use this to search out the promo so they can't awaken when you need it. Basically, it says, when you play this card, choose up to 1 battle card with the name Android in it, so any of these 17s or 18s, and it can actually search out the 16, which we don't play on the main deck, but it's notable for the side deck, and add it to your hand. It's a good free 5k combo card that is a +1. Then we get into the red cards. We play 4 Mighty Mask. Mighty Mask is great. He's a 2 cost, 5k combo again. He gives you a free swing because it doesn't matter whether he's tapped or untapped. And then after you swing, if you choose to, you can activate his main effect, which is place this card into the drop zone and then grab out 1 Goten and 1 Trunks Youth from your deck and add it to your hand. So the best Trunks Youth is obviously the 10k combo card, and for the Goten targets, we play 1 red Goten just because if you want to search out the free 5k combo, you can. And then mainly what you're going to be grabbing is this, depending on if you need to pop something. Son Goten, Family of Justice, I play 3. I just like to have 4 targets in the crazy chance that I want to play all 4 Mighty Masks and I don't draw into any of my targets. But he says when you combo with this card on your turn, pop a card that's 3 or less. So there's a lot of good 3 drops in the game right now that you have to deal with, revenge blockers and that sort of thing. Even pops Chilling Terror Android 17, which happens to you when you play this deck, but it still forces them to do something. We play 4 Cabba to awaken. This card is really good. It's probably the best 1-drop in the game. When you attack, and then they don't negate, or even if they do negate, you can still activate the effect where you take a card from your life, add it to your hand, so it's +1, and then it gains 10,000 combo power and double strike. So you're swinging for 15k double strike on turn 1, essentially. And this can help you awaken, because you awaken at 6, so you only need 2 of these to go off to be awakened, or if they swing. And you can use all 4 to get to your 4 or less, but I usually let my opponent do that unless I'm at 5 life. Then I'll use a Cabba to get the extra 5k on all my androids. and then the spicy card at the end, just to scare everyone, or if they're not scared of it, you can just, maybe you have it in game and you just go for game. Furthering Destruction Champa, you never hard cast it, you only combo with it, and it says, when you combo with this card, the card gains double strike. So when you're swinging 3 times with Twin Brother Android 17 and Twin Sister Android 18 for 4 energy, if you had an empty board, you can use 4 energy, bring out 2 androids that give you 3 20k attackers, and any of them could have double strike for 1 hit to end the game. And that's it for the main deck. So let's go into the side deck. Let's clear some room. So the side deck is essentially for Mecha Frieza, which is probably the most popular deck in the game right now. Everyone's playing it, and it gives Cell the biggest problem, obviously, because Cell becomes essentially an unplayable card. So my strategy for Orlando was to side out Cell every time in Game 2 against Mecha Frieza. Unfortunately, I didn't test my side deck, so this one is better. We have the tricolor side deck. So we have 1 Son Goten. If you have Mighty Mask, this card becomes live, and your blue is all online. All of the blue cards are 1 cost blue. So, or 1 specified blue. Play 4 energy boosted Majin Buu. It's a good card to play for the extra energy, and it's fine if you have to play it for energy. For Senzu Beans, this card can be such a menace. It's great on defense. If you play it, you're probably not going to die that turn. On offense, it does give it to battle cards for the entire turn. So you can put it on a Twin Brother, or you can put it on a big 5-drop android that will attack multiple times if it's untapped by the Twin Brother and Twin Sister. For Objection, if you play this card, you either catch up to Mecha Frieza or keep on pace with him. He obviously has an easier time playing out Objection, but your cards are all more powerful, and your hand doesn't clog like Mecha Frieza's can. And then for specifically the red Buhan that everyone is playing recently, this card just shuts that deck down. Miraculous Gohan can't swing or else it dies. Buhan can't swing or else it dies. It just completely stifles the deck. So, notable things about the deck. This card and the 3-drop Cell are the only 2 cards that you need 2 specified energy for. Aside from that, pretty much everything is one cost, besides the big androids, but by the time you're playing those, you have at least 2 greens, because most of your deck is green. All the reds are 1 cost, all the blues are 1 cost. So just combo your hand and use Android 18 to fill it back up. That's the entire deck profile, guys. Good luck in Richmond. I wish you guys all the best. Someone make this deck top. I know it has the potential to. Team Wise, guys, signing out.